The Kohain Gadol is charged with the mission of bringing kapara, bringing atonement to the Jewish nation. In fact, the very fate of the entire Klal Yisrael is largely dependent on the avodah that the Kohain Gadol does in the Kodshei Kodashim on Yom Kippur. During that time, he wears special begadim. One of the very unique begadim that he wears is the ephod, and on the ephod are two precious stones. HaShem commanded Moshe to engrave the names of the shvatim, put the names of the 12 tribes into those stones, and the reason Rashi explains to us is so that HaShem should remember, so that when the Kohen does the avodah in the Beis HaMikdash, it should be a remembrance to HaShem of the shvatim. HaShem should remember them, and that remembrance should bring kapara, should bring mercy and forgiveness to the Jewish nation. This Rashi becomes very difficult to understand when we focus on the fact that the shvatim were flawed. In their lifetime, it was very prominent that they had sinned a very egregious, very real sin. They had attempted to kill their brother. In the end, they settled with the fact of selling him into slavery, but that was a real flaw on their record. Why of all times, when the Jewish nation need kapara, would we want Hashem to remember the shvatim when they were flawed? Part of their permanent record was that act that they had engaged in. Of all times, it would seem that's not the time we'd want Hashem to remember the shvatim. We'd want them to be forgotten. And I believe the answer to this question is predicated on understanding a very basic phenomenon. If I were to hold in front of you two diamonds, and I were to tell you each of these diamonds is very, very well constructed, one is near perfect. One is near perfect with a minor flaw. The one next to it is literally a perfect diamond. If you were to look at these two 10-carat diamonds, you'd hold your breath. And you would assume that when the one with a flaw is quite valuable, the one that's flawless is absolutely beyond comparison, is something so precious it's hard to even put a price tag on it. And the reality is that you would be completely incorrect, because a completely flawless diamond is not precious. A completely flawless diamond is a fake. Any diamond that is utterly flawless, has been made in the laboratory, is totally an imposter, because any diamond, to be real by definition, must have flaws. Made in the earth, formed by great pressures, there are always slight flaws, sometimes almost invisible to the naked eye, but certainly under magnification you could see the flaws. But here's the point. A real diamond has flaws. Those flaws are minor, those flaws don't mar the brilliance. When you look at the diamond, what you see is a brilliant, beautiful 10-carat diamond, which is worth a tremendous amount of money. But the diamonds prove its reality, prove that it's real. They don't take away from the true value of the diamond, quite the opposite. That's part of the value of a diamond. And I believe that's an apt parable for life. A human being is not a malach. No human being exists who is perfect. Human beings by definition have flaws, make mistakes, and no human being is in that state of utter perfection. Malachim are perfect, humans aren't. And I believe that's exactly what Hashem was telling Moshe Rabbeinu. The shvatim reached a tremendous level of greatness. They reached this greatness, one might call them 200-carat diamonds, and they had flaws. They made mistakes in their lifetime. But those mistakes prove that they're humans. They don't take the diamond and make it valueless, quite the opposite. And that's part of the beauty of a diamond, part of its true value. And at the time of the greatest need, when the Klal Yisrael needs rachamim, we try to remind Hashem of the shvatim, because despite the fact that they had flaws, they were the shiftei kah, they reached such greatness. And I believe this Rashi is a tremendous concept for us to understand in life. And that is, at the end of our days, all of us will have flaws. We'll have made mistakes, and we'll have things that are lacking in us. The measure of the man is not whether he lived with perfection. The measure of the man is how much he accomplished, how much greatness he brought to the world, to himself, how much of a diamond he became. The flaws are part of the job of a diamond, part of the job of a human. But at the end of the day, the greatness of the diamond, the beauty of the diamond is its utter shine, its brilliance. And at the end of the day, knowing that we human beings will have flaws is part of understanding the unique situation that a human being was put into.